What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. Hope you guys had a great weekend. Today we're gonna go over the last good event that we have for this haunting update, and surprisingly it releases this upcoming Thursday. So it's a little odd, yeah, that we have all the events just dropping very early like this and then the rest of the update, because it releases on the 23rd. That means that until from a week to the 30th, then another week to the 6th, then another week to the 13th, we don't have any new content coming into Call of Duty, and we're gonna be on like a 3-week drought until the release of Call of Duty Black Ops 7, which is going to be on November 14th. So for the first time ever, we may go on a content drought during a haunting update, and that's unheard of. I've never seen them run out of content during a haunting update, because there's usually so much for us to do that it never gets boring. But this time around, you might start getting a little bored. But anyways, let's go on and talk about everything that you need to know. So the stats for Call of Duty and Battlefield have been released. These are official stats, and Call of Duty really hasn't been performing as bad as we thought it was. So first off, Charlie Intel starts off by saying Call of Duty was the most played game in the United States on PS5 and Xbox Series X for the week ending on Saturday, October 11th during the BO7 beta. Battlefield 6 debuted in terms of players at 12 on PS5 and 8 on Xbox 24 hours after its launch, but it also debuted at #1 on Steam in the US. So when people were flexing the Steam stats and they were like, everybody's playing Battlefield, they broke all these records, they beat Call of Duty, well, Steam is Battlefield 6's most played platform. So you'll see why they got #1 there, but they ended up at 12 and 8 on Xbox and PlayStation, while Call of Duty is actually quite the opposite. They usually get 1 on PS5, Xbox, and then they'll get other numbers on Steam. And usually, because remember, even for PC players, you have multiple options. You have the PC Game Pass, which if you have Game Pass, it's a no-brainer. You load that up instead of Steam. You then also have Battle.net, which usually runs quite better and it gives you more frames, and it's a much more popular choice than Steam is. So usually Steam is the most unpopular one, and because the Steam numbers are public, people usually run with that. And then there was also additional stats. So it says Battlefield 6's launch weekend sales beat Call of Duty Black Ops 6's launch weekend sales in Europe across physical and digital sales. But Black Ops 6 likely had far more players online because of the Xbox Game Pass Day 1 release, which didn't count as sales, and that is credit to the game business. So yeah, Call of Duty being available on the Game Pass definitely lowers the amount of sales, so it doesn't seem like the game is selling as much as it does. And usually Call of Duty, even the worst COD titles, have always been #1 best selling. Just take, for example, Modern Warfare 2, that did 1 billion in 10 days. So it's like their stats before jumping into the Game Pass have always blown other games out of the park, and usually always #1. Anyways, just wanted to let you guys know about this new information, but let's jump into the main topic we have for today, and that is the brand new event known as the Tapes of Terror. This is an event launching on October 23rd. The countdown is already available, and this is the intro animation for when you first load up the event. So it has to do with like VHS tapes, and that's like the whole theme. And here's what it says: collect the videotapes, get eliminations in all modes, and open loot caches in Warzone to collect Chucky and Jason videotapes. So that's the first one. Second one is return for rewards. Return collected videotapes for haunting rewards like the Scabby Operator skin, Get It Off Emo, and more. And then there's also the delivery rewards. Return all videotapes and unlock all rewards to unlock the Zombies Real animated camo. Black Cell owners will also unlock the Zombies Real Black Cell animated camo. So that's how this event will work. It's going to be a collection-based event, very similar to the Terminator one that we got a couple seasons back. But then it says 2 Legends of Terror, Chucky and Jason, have escaped from their cursed videotapes and are wreaking havoc. It's up to you to rewind the nightmare, get eliminations in all modes, and open loot caches in Warzone for chance to, and then exchange them for rewards. Now here are the different rewards available. The first one is at 5 tapes, you can get yourself a 1-hour double XP token. The second reward is another 5 tapes, and that will get you a double weapon XP token. By the way, these will carry forward, so would be smart to collect them. Then at 10 tapes, you will unlock a brand new emblem. At 10 tapes, you will unlock a gobblegum. Then at 15 tapes, you will unlock a brand new animated calling card. At 20 tapes, you will get a new loading screen. I'm not gonna lie, if that character from the loading screen was an operator, that would have been pretty cool, but that is what you're able to get. And then at 30 tapes, when you submit those, you will get the new Get It Off emote, which is basically a television that like lands on someone's head and then shocks them, and that's what the animation does. And then the final and big reward that you can get here is at 60 tapes, and that is going to be a new skin for Alvarez known as the Scabby skin. This is the exact operator that we saw in the key marketing for Call of Duty. She was also one of the main characters in the trailer, so I know a lot of you guys were wondering why she wasn't in the battle pass. It's because she's actually going to be a free skin for you to unlock here. I also did forget to mention that you can cash these rewards in any order that you want. So if you want to get the Alvarez operator first, just wait until you collect 60 tapes and then get her. If you want the emo first, you can get that first. So it just depends on how many tapes you collect, and then you can cash them in for any reward you want in what order. Now, when you do get every single item here, you will unlock the mastery reward, and that is going to be the Zombies Real Camo. So the first version is going to be the regular standard one. It's going to have black, which is like the background color, and then you're also going to have the animation. It's like a countdown. It doesn't really change. It's like black and white in terms of colors, but then when you look at the black cell version of this exact camo, it's where it starts changing colors. It's gold instead of a black background, and that's like the theme and I guess the differences that they use here. Now, this is one of the better animated camos that we've gotten, but what are your thoughts and opinions? These are all the different rewards that you can unlock from this event. Now, it looks pretty easy to complete, but my fear is Call of Duty may lower the spawn rates for the tapes that you're able to collect, so maybe not get them off everybody or off every crate and make them a little more rare, so that way they can extend the duration of this event and make you work a little longer in order to get these rewards. But whenever the update does go live, I'll make a guide video showing you guys the fastest ways to complete it. Now, here's the thing. There's also one more event that's going to be launching, and this one launches the following week on Thursday, October 30th, but I didn't want to make another separate video for this one because you're going to see why here. This one is known as the Extinction event. So this is the Extinction Protocol, and as you see here, it says bring in the big guns, get zombie kills with score streaks and field upgrades to earn leaderboard points. Additionally, earn score streak and field upgrades distinguished medals for bonus points. Climb the leaderboard. Your leaderboard points determine your place on the leaderboard. Earn more points to climb into a higher position. Earn rewards when the event ends based on your final leaderboard position. Gobblegums can be earned by completing challenges during the event. So those are the rules. It is a leaderboard event. I hope in Black Ops 7 they don't do these anymore because they're like some of the most boring events that they've ever added. But that is what it is. You also get these medals and things like that. You get a couple of different gobblegums depending on the placement that you get. And yeah, so this is everything you need to know about all the events that are going to be launching. This is pretty much the last one because it goes from the 30th and then November 6th. And then that's pretty much it. We don't get any new events during the month of November. But anyways, that is all that I got for you guys here in this video. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hopefully you found the video informative, and we're going to talk a little bit more about other things in terms of BO7 soon. So definitely be on the lookout for that. But it's been your boy Chidzone. Hopefully I'll be seeing you guys again. Peace.